This video will be on on installing Xubuntu 1604 LTS alongside Windows 7. This machine works quite well with that OS other than the Broadcom Wi-Fi chip, which tends to be a bit of a pain, but I'm actually plugged in, so that's not really a problem. I've already gone ahead and sized the partitions accordingly. I always leave the Windows partition the largest and the Xubuntu one, well, any Linux partition smaller. It's set at 50 gigs. It'll turn part of that into swap, but that's okay, so we'll go ahead and start getting things going here. I also have a second display now. I just have that disconnected because Nouveau was throwing issues at me, but we'll fix that once we get the regular NVIDIA driver installed, which I don't even bother going to their site to get. I do it all through the terminal. It seems to work best. So we'll go ahead and get this going, and then we'll be right back once it's installed. We're back and it's installed here, so now we can go ahead and start setting everything up the way I like it. Of course, I like my panel on the bottom so it has more of a Windows look, and I always have it set to always hide, lock. Now we can basically go ahead and open up a terminal, if I can do this here. Okay, now we've got a terminal open. We can start go ahead and start running all the commands like sudo apt-get update, which will retrieve all the, it'll update all the cache. Oh god, I don't remember how to explain that. It updates various things. It'll upgrade the app data, I guess, is basically what it would be. What? Oh, I misspelled the command, I guess. Oops. So we'll go ahead and run that, and it'll do all the apt updates, and then we can go ahead and run the upgrade command, which uses all those to go ahead and upgrade all the various system files and programs, of course, like Firefox and everything. This actually runs pretty smooth, and as you can see down here in the bottom, it actually has the Bluetooth driver installed, which I don't in Linux. I never really bothered to because I don't use it all that much, but it's nice to actually see that Linux has done it. So now we can go ahead and go sudo apt-get upgrade. And there we go. Now it's going to start upgrading all the apps. And of course it has to download all the packages first. As you can see, something like 268 megs of new stuff will be installed. 17.1 megs of additional disk space will be used. I thought it'd be a lot more. Well, I guess we can see what happens when I plug in the other monitor here. And once all this is done, of course, I'll get around to installing the correct NVIDIA driver instead of just the standard Nouveau driver that Linux uses. Okay, let's see what happens. See if it actually is able to set up the display properly or not. I might actually have to go into my settings here. Okay, we'll bring up the settings then and go ahead and set up my secondary display. So we go display, disable, use this display, keep this configuration. Oh, look at that. Okay, perfect. I can just bring up the terminal right over here instead, and we can go start doing other things around. So desktop settings, I'm gonna just choose one of their wallpapers, I guess. And there we are. This, I figure, is going to take a few minutes, so once this is done, I will be back again, and we can get around to setting up more bits of the operating system. So we'll be right back, thanks to the magic of video editing. Back yet again. It has finally finished doing all those long updates, so now we can go ahead, and we're just going to bring you to the main monitor here. Now we can actually go ahead and install the proper NVIDIA driver. So we gotta go sudo apt-get install NVIDIA-current. Hopefully, look at that. Everything is spelled correctly, and that is how I actually go about installing the NVIDIA drivers for this particular machine. And we have to punch in the password, enter. Yes. And another thing to mention that will be in another video is this, which I just picked up. It's a Sony Dream Machine. These are kind of cool, decent little clock radio. That's why I wanted it more than anything, was for the radio. $5.75 at consigners, not bad. Hopefully this doesn't take a million years to actually finish installing the NVIDIA drivers. And the other monitor now, as I showed in the other video, of course, works fine. So apparently it fixed the Nouveau issue when it was actually installed instead of just setting up. And it seems to be going fairly quick. And as you can tell, this laptop is actually pretty quiet. And this actually is screwed into the side of the laptop, which is nice, so I don't have to worry about it coming out all the time. Coming unplugged or something. But this laptop is fairly quiet. Hardly ever hear the fan kick up unless I'm playing a game or something. It actually stays pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and show you what the radio on this sounds like right quick. Sounds pretty good. And then once this is done, we'll go ahead and restart the machine. You can see actually how quick it boots up to Linux kind of thing. And then we can go ahead and install everything else that I need, like VLC, the restricted extras, which of course allows all the codecs to work for MP3 and everything, because you need to install those. And then maybe we can install Chromium and see if Flash works in that. And then if it doesn't, well, I'll just go ahead and install Flash after. And not do it in the video because that's a bit of a hassle. I don't want to get frustrated about that. So, seems to be still downloading some packages, of course. So maybe we can just move this over and we can set up see if we can maybe get Firefox kind of working here, or web browser. That should open Firefox, and we can install the add-ons that I use, like Classic Theme Restorer, which is actually designed to make Firefox look more like the older versions, the squared out tabs and not the rounded ones like Chrome has. So add to Firefox, install. Of course we have to restart the browser where it changes the looks of the browser, just like that. And then we can go ad block, because we gotta have the ad block. Get rid of those pesky ads that show everywhere else, because some of them get quite annoying when they're always shoving ads in your face, especially if I'm just trying to browse stuff on the local sales place, Kijiji, and then it's showing ads for everything else under the sun from eBay and all these other places. So let's just see how YouTube playback works here on this particular machine. Let's see, find a random video, even if it's just a music video. Let's see. We'll just go with random video. And let me see if I can find one of my own videos. We'll go here, videos. There we go. This will do, I guess. Make sure it's in. This machine can do 1080p playback flawlessly, of course, but this particular video is only in 720. Oh, look at that! It's finally starting to finish installing. It actually got it all this shit. There we go. Anyways, back to this, while we still wait for this to finish, of course. And as you can tell, these speakers actually sound quite good too. Oh, look at that. We're just gonna go ahead and close this. Ugh, god damn it. Oh, look. Setting up all the packages. this will focus. As you can see, NVIDIA current 304135. That's the latest Linux version. I have a newer version for Windows, and it's got to set up all the other libraries it needs for that particular. Oh, look at that. It's done, and it had to set up all the other libraries that particular driver needed. So let's go ahead and power off, restart. As you can see, it doesn't take long to go past the BIOS, so now we can go ahead and boot Ubuntu up here. Oops, didn't mean to do that, damn it. And there's the error about the Broadcom wireless driver, which I didn't actually install since I'm wired in. And the modem, of course, is behind me here. Oh, there we go. That's a good sign. The NVIDIA splash screen. And of course, when that turned on, the keyboard lit up momentarily. Now we can go ahead and log back in here. And it looks like I'm going to have to change my display settings because it logged me in on that screen instead. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's just where I'll have to log in. It seems it's... Give it a second here. It's gotta still load. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Looks like I might have to change the background on that monitor. But now we can go ahead and reopen a terminal here if I can do this. Ugh. God damn. There we go. Okay, now we can go sudo apt-get install Xubuntu-restricted-extras. I don't bother using the software center because I know a lot of the package names I want to install, and it's less of a hassle to do it through the terminal, in my opinion. Yes, there we go. And then we'll just install VLC, and oh, look at that. We gotta go ahead and accept the agreement, of course. Yes. And then, like I said, we'll go ahead and install VLC and test audio playback through VLC, see how that works, and then that will be it. Waiting and waiting. Oh, look at that. Almost done. Oh, there we go. Installing all the MS Core fonts as it needs, of course. And you can see all the GStreamer plugins and everything else it has to install. All done, no errors. Well, that's good. What's it extracting? Oh, now it's getting the Flash plugin installer. Interesting. I've never seen it do this before. Now it's going to set up all the libraries. Library Flash plugins, GStreamer, everything else. Do 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 do. And they say with these clocks it's technically supposed to auto time set, but they really don't. That's more just for your DST. You actually have to go in and set it manually. For whatever reason, I had to Google that because the auto time set, does that mean it does it over radio? But nope. Oh, look at that. Now that's done. Now we can go sudo apt-get install VLC. Yes. Holy crap, that's installing quick. Go ahead and make that small, and we can just check that on the other monitor. mount the 450 gig drive, which is of course the Windows partition. Music. Anytime now it should be done. And then after all this, I have to go and edit the video, and then we can upload it and you guys can watch. That shouldn't take too long to check all these parts together, I figure, though. Oh, also, I forgot to mention the second hard drive caddy that'll go in the optical bay actually shipped this morning and should be here by the 13th, which will be nice. Then I can throw in the other 320 gig Toshiba I have for more space until I'm able to get an SSD for this. And look at that. Now it is done. Now we can go find be multimedia. There we go. VLC. Continue. Chuck in a song and just see if it works. Just like that. Well, that's pretty well it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon.